Lesson 1-2, variables and expressions. So similar to yesterday's assignment. Yesterday were words and expressions. Today we're doing variables. Definition: a variable is a letter that replaces a number, or maybe better yet, a letter that represents a number. So what's going to happen here today is you're going to be given some different circumstances, some different scenarios, and you will have to come up with a variable for the part that you don't know and write an expression with that variable. So let's just remember that now that we're doing this, you will never use x for times because x could be your variable. All right, for example, 35 more than the number of tickets. 35 more than the number of tickets. So, Tori, what's the part there that we don't know the number of? The tickets. So pick a variable that would represent tickets. T. So we're going to say 35 more than T. How would that look, Tori? 35 plus T. Now it's addition, so that's acceptable, or it could be T plus 35. Either one of those would work. Good. 2 miles less than the athlete ran. What's the part that we don't know there, Trayton? The athlete, how far the athlete ran. So pick a variable for that. A. How would it look if we had 2 miles less than A?
A minus 2.
Exactly. A minus 2. And that one there is no option. Subtraction, there cannot be options. Same way with division. All right, next. The difference of 6 times a number and 10. That's a little squiggly and sign right there. The difference of 6 times a number and 10. This one's a little trickier, so we got to be really careful with this one. The difference of 6 times a number and 10. Okay, is there anybody that hasn't gotten a chance to answer, want to try? I guess it's you. What's the part that we don't know there? The number. What would be a good variable for a number? N. All right. Now, one thing I want you to notice here on this one, it is the difference of something and something else. So be very careful when we write this. So we already said we're going to use an N for that number. What does difference mean, Tori? Subtraction. We're going to put a subtraction in there. And what are we subtracting? What should come first? 6 times a number. So what would that look like? Yes, and when we have variables 6 times n, you write literally 6n side by side, and that means 6 times n. 6 times a number. So it's the difference of 6 times a number and 10. So 6n minus 10. That's probably the trickiest one so far. 6n minus 10. Any questions about that one? Awesome. Next, twice a number. Twice a number. Who wants to try this one? Stephen, what's the part there that we don't know? The number. What would be a good variable for number?
N.
Very good. So twice that n, how would that look?
N times 2.
Yeah, and I'm thinking that the way that we want to kind of get it in standard form here, 2n. And that literally means 2 times n, which is twice a number. All right, next, half a number. Wow, half a number. Let's kind of go in the opposite direction, isn't it? How would we write half a number? Okay, Some of you other ones have to answer, or Tori's going to have every ticket for the raffle for the week. All right, Shane, half a number. What's the part we don't know? Pick a variable for number. N. How can you show half of that? You can. You could do n divided by 2. I had to write that side by side, and I hate to write it like that. Let's do it like this. N divided by 2. That is half a number. Now, I do want to show you an alternative of that. Half number. How about if I say half of a number? What did we say of represented? Times. So it could also be 1/2 n. Either one of those would work. Perfect. Next and last, 6 times the sum of 4 and a number. Okay, Sienna, what's the one part we don't know? Number, and we're going to use what letter? Yeah, yeah. So this one's tricky too, so be careful. 6 times the sum of 4 and a number. 6 times 4 plus n. Now let me ask you a really quick question. If we did order of operations on that and we knew what value n was, which thing would have to happen first? 6 times 4. The thing is, it's saying it wants you to take 6 times the sum of 4 and a number. So it's kind of wanting 4 and the number to be added first. So, Sienna, what should I put in there that would make the addition happen first? Yes. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put a parenthesis there and there. When it says this kind of format, 6 times the sum of something or 6 times the difference of something, in order to make that sum or difference occur first, you have to put that in parentheses. Very good job. That's good. Are there any questions on any of those problems? All right, let's go look at some more things with variables. These you may like better because you are actually doing some evaluating. It says evaluate each expression. Okay, I'm going to highlight this word, evaluate. What does evaluate mean? What does evaluate mean? Somebody that hasn't answered yet today. Braxton. Yeah, solve it. Solve it. Give me the answer. Give me the number. We're going to evaluate. Solve it. So in our examples, x equals 3, y equals 4, and z equals 7. And it's telling us in this very first example, 6y minus 4x. They want us to solve that. What would that be if x is 3 and y is 4? Layla, what should I do here?
Replace the y with 4 and 6.
Yeah, instead of y, we're going to put 4. Now, 6y means 6 times y, so we're going to say 6 times 4 minus, and then Layla, what am I going to put in for x? 3, so 4. Well, just a minute. It just moved on me. Hold on. And 4 times 3. Okay. Now, Layla, by order of operations, what has to happen first?
Have to take 6 times 4.
Which is, it's what?
It's 24.
Yes. Minus, and then 12. And my final answer is 12. Very good. When you're doing these problems today, make sure that you first have to plug in the numbers that are being represented by those variables, and then solve by order of operations. Very good. Okay, let's look at that last problem. 5z plus the quantity, that's how you read that when it's in parentheses, the quantity of x plus 4y minus 15. Okay, somebody that hasn't done a problem. Who wants to do this? Haley. What do I have to do first?
You're gonna replace the z with a 7, so it'd be 5 times 7.
5 times 7.
Plus parentheses, and then that x would be 3
Good.
plus 4 times 4 parentheses minus 15.
Very good. Okay, now we've got to do order of operations. What happens first?
You have to do the stuff in the parentheses.
Okay, I'm going to bring this guy along here, and which thing in the parentheses happens first?
4 times 4, which would be 16.
Perfect. Okay. Next.
Hold on. Then you would have to do 16 plus 3,
Okay,
which would be 19.
good. See how we just bring everything else along until we're ready to use it. Now what?
Then you have to do 5 times 7,
Okay,
which would be 35.
good. All right.
Then you would do 35 plus 19,
Okay, and what is that? Those two added together,
54,
54 minus 15.
and then 54 minus 15. 39.
Very good. Good job. All right.